Hey friends, thanks for joining me today. I'm obviously sitting in my car. I'm sorry about that. It is what it is. And I think it really goes well with the talk I'm doing today. Excuse me, because I am on my phone, I'm not going to be able to see your comments. So I will go back and work on those and respond shortly. But I want to take a minute and introduce myself. So my name is Molly Cargill, and I lead a diamond team, and we live in coastal Alabama. I am a homeschooling mama to 2 teenage girls, so we use oils a lot. My husband is retired military and retired law enforcement, so the 4 of us are home together all the time. Which is why I wanted to talk to you about how to balance your business and your family life. Okay? This month, October, marks 9 years that I have been with Young Living, and I pretty much started the business right away. So I have 9 years worth of mistakes where I didn't balance things well. And then I've got some things that really have worked great for us. So I want to share. I hope you'll grab a pen and paper and take some notes. And I really hope something resonates with you today from this talk. So, like most of us, I started this business as a way to help supplement my family's income, right? And I just wanted to be able to get my oils paid for. Okay, they were working amazing for our family. We were seeing some really great results, and I wanted to be able to order everything I wanted each month, right? And so because of that, I had to learn how to treat this like a business. I started enrolling people quickly. They started doing the business quickly, and we all were learning at the same time. And there were lots of mistakes that I made. Right? Probably just like you. I think that's the nature of business, and it's what is beautiful about being an entrepreneur is that we have the ability to make these mistakes, learn from them, change up what we're doing into something beautiful. So that's what I'm going to talk about, is how I've taken some of those mistakes and turned them into something beautiful. If you do not hear anything from my talk today, except one thing, I want it to be what I'm just about to tell you. Time is your most valuable commodity. I'm going to say that again. Time is your most valuable commodity. We can always make more money. We can always find more resources. We can always find more of everything but time. So when you give someone your time, you are giving the most valuable resource you have to them. So when you're giving your family your time, you want it to be the best time you can. The best time you've got, the best time you can spend with them. Same for your business. When you're giving your team your time or your customers your time, you want it to be the best time you can give them. All right. So we're going to talk about how not to be frantic in trying to figure out those ways of giving your best time. All right. I'm going to give you 10 simple ways to implement this in your business. But first, let's talk about when you don't have clear balance. Okay. When you don't have balance between work and family, it can lead to exhaustion. It can lead to disconnect with the members of your household or with your team. It can lead to emotional and physical burnout. How many of us have been there? How many of us are trying to do some major work on our adrenals because we ran like crazy, burned out, and had to figure out a new way of working? It can lead to health issues. It can lead to short tempers, friction in your marriage, friction in your friendships, friction with your kids. I could go on and on and on, but we know this, right? We know what being stressed and pulled in a million different directions look like. So let's talk about 10 ways that we can work on balancing our family time and our business time. Number 1 is my favorite, and that is set a family goal for your business. So we talk a lot about finding our why and knowing why we are doing this business, and I love that. Like, I think your why is really important. I am a yellow personality. I love to be a big cheerleader. I hate conflict. So all the emotional things are fabulous for me. Like, I love hearing why my team is building. I love hearing how, it's changing people's lives. But have you taken a moment to do that with your family? So setting a family goal in your business can be something very simple. It can be that this month you want to earn enough to have a Friday night pizza and movie party. It can be that you're saving up for a special vacation. It can be that you want to pay a specific bill so that your husband can come home, a few hours early one day, right? I would just encourage you to get your family together and make a family goal for your business. And make it short term, right? Because we understand kids don't understand, in 5 years, I want to have built a business that can do this, right? They understand short, attainable goals. And so for us, when we first started, my girls were little, okay? So I have a 13-year-old and a 15-year-old. And when they were little, we would start with day dates, okay? So our family goals would be that this month, Mama's going to work from her phone some, and this month there are going to be times that Mama can't talk, as much because she's doing a video or she's teaching a class, but we are going to go to the zoo because Mama worked those extra times. All right. And as my girls got older, we started incorporating some other things into our family goals, and they are just as excited to see those goals happen as I am. All right. So if you've not done that, I really encourage you to set a family goal. Next, number 2, set expectations in your business with your family and with your team. I was very, very bad about this, right? I did not set expectations for a long time, and I just was like all over the place, and my family never really knew when I was working. My team really never knew, like, when I wasn't working. And we'll go into boundaries in a minute. It's another thing I'm really bad at. But as far as expectations, y'all bear with me with my notes. As far as expectations, it can be something as simple as, I'm about to do a Zoom. I'll be done in 1 hour, and then we can start our movie. All right. That lets them know that you're off limits for the next hour. Obviously not if there's an emergency, but that you're off limits for the next hour, and then what is going to happen after you are done working. Okay. I try and sit down with my husband at least a couple times a week and say, okay, on this day I have this call, on this day we're doing this, just to keep him in the loop for how much I'm going to be attached to my phone or my computer, and when I'm not going to be unavailable for our family. And I still do the same thing with our team, right? And so I'll set expectations of, all right, I'm going to be available to answer your questions for this period of time. And after that, so-and-so is going to help step in and fill the gap. All right. Also, this can be helpful if you've got kids in sports and things like that. You can say, hey, I know that Saturday, there's an important XYZ happening with Young Living, and you've got a soccer game. So I'm going to take tonight and get my posts scheduled so I can be fully present with you on your game on Saturday. All right. And so I find that, at least for my kids, when I just do a simple, hey, explanation, this is what I'm doing and this is why I'm doing it, it comes across so much better than, I'm working, leave me alone, I'm working. Because I've done that too, right? Like, and it really showed in my kids for a while. All right. Like it showed in some of their behaviors and things like that. So now that I'm explaining what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, it really has been helpful. Okay. Next, if it works for you, set work hours. You might set 8 in the morning till 9 in the morning every day. Those are your times to answer your email, schedule your post, create content, etc. All right. I don't do well with set work hours. And so I don't beat myself up for that either. Like I have friends that are killing it with power hours that they run and with certain things that they know those are their office hours. I am not like that. My family doesn't run that way. We are more of number 4. Okay, but let me finish up with your setting work hours. Setting work hours allows your family to know when you're available, when you're working. Same thing for your team. Okay? And so I know that sounds simple, but if you really just treat it like office hours, then you're going to be more productive because you know those are your times to actually work and you're not scrolling Facebook, you're not doing things like that. Okay. I am a work in the cracks of time person. All right? One of my very best friends does her best work sitting in the car line. She creates she goes lives on her stories. She takes pictures of like the oils that she's toting around with her every day, all of that. And she does her work in the car line. She's sitting there anyway, right? I am that kind of person. Like last night or 2 nights ago, waiting on my daughter at worship practice, I went ahead and wrote some posts, took some pictures, had them all scheduled because I was just sitting there. If your baby's napping, mama, you probably should be napping too, but if you can't, lay on the couch and shoot out your newsletter. Okay? Working in the cracks of time for me makes it easier for me to be fully present with my family. Okay, next, and this is a fun one. Get your family involved. I do not think there is a single class that I have ever taught, in person, that my kids haven't been at. Now, you might not have seen them because they may have been behind the scenes somewhere, but they have been there helping me set up, helping me pass out brochures or notes. They've been there helping hold the door open for guests. They've been there helping, make my peppermint brownies, whatever, okay? But they have been involved from day one in what we do. My youngest daughter is a photographer, and she loves when we get new products in because I just hand them to her and she goes and takes all the pictures. Then she loves that I use those pictures in my posts, right? It gives her ownership of our business. Okay? Basically, the ownership part is what I want to talk about. Like, have your kids help you with Happy Mail, right? They can stick on labels or they can package things up in little bags. Let them help you with make and take items. Let them help you, even if if they're too small to help with things, let them smell your oils and snap a picture of it and turn it into a post. Okay? Help create a sense of ownership, family ownership in your business, because then they get excited when you hit small goals or when like my 15-year-old is so invested in Young Living. She wants to know everything. Like, she wants to know what sales are happening. She wants to know who's ranking up. She wants to know who sold their first kit, because she doesn't know anything other than this business, and she cannot wait to have her own account. And she actually will watch some of our Zooms, or she'll come to some trainings, and she's like learning how she's going to build her business. And I love that she has seen that, and that her goal is she wants to be the youngest Royal Crown Diamond, right? I love that that is something that I have been able to show my daughter. Okay, next. Excuse me. Work smarter, not harder. All right. And this again is one that I was really bad at when I first started. But now I take the photos every time I'm using the oils. Okay. So yes, I have like a billion oil pictures on my phone. But do you know what that means? That means when I'm sitting at worship practice and I need to schedule a post, boom, I have a selection of photos I've never used right at my fingertips. Okay? Every time I refill a roller ball, I video it. I may not post it. I may not show it live. I may not do anything like that, but it's on my phone, either for me to be able to send to a customer to show them how easy it is, or for when I need a post for my group. Right? Doing it while I'm doing the task means I don't have to recreate it later. Also, I am the queen of setting up my diffusers in the morning, getting that beautiful mist blowing, and then holding different oils up in front of it so that I can have multiple posts of what's in my diffuser that day. Okay? So all of those things help me have my content created easier. All right? Use the scheduling feature for your posts. All right? One of my sweet downlines, man, she will schedule a month ahead and have everything just rocking in her groups. And you'll never even know it wasn't her posting live. Okay? Listen to the Zooms while you're at the gym, while you're on your walk, while you're pushing the baby around the neighborhood. Create the systems that can produce for you over and over and over. That frees you up to do the things you love to do. All right. Next, let's talk about setting boundaries. I am really not good with boundaries in my business or in my personal life, but it is something I'm working on. And I'm having to learn it's okay to say no. No is a complete sentence, right? It's okay to say not right now, I'm working. Or I can't right now, I'm with my family. Sticking to those boundaries will help you manage your life better. All right? So, you guys know how to set boundaries. I'm not going to go into that. I'm just going to encourage you to set boundaries in your business. Okay. All right. Learn when to say no. People pleasers. We're covering people pleaser here, right? Women, we just tend to take on too much. Okay? And so learn to say no. Maybe you can't collaborate on something for your business because your babies need some attention, right? Or maybe you can't help with that play because your business is coming into its busiest time and you need to be able to focus on that. It's okay, mama. It's okay. Say no so that you can give your best yes. How many of you have done that Bible study? The best yes, right? And I don't know about you, but that's what I want. I want to be able to give my best yes when I say yes. Okay? Next, take care of yourself. We have amazing products that help us do just that, right? Grab a bath bomb or grab some Epsom salt and your favorite oil. Grab a glass of Ninja and go lay in your bathtub. Take some time for you. Read a book, meet a friend for lunch, go for a walk. Self-care is so important. You do not serve your family well, and you do not serve your business well when you are burnt out. And I speak from experience. It's that whole you can't pour from an empty cup thing. Okay? So I just today, friend, want to encourage you. You are rocking all the things, okay? You are doing amazing, balancing all the things that you balance. But take a minute today for you. Even if it's 10 minutes, okay? Set some time aside for you. All right. And lastly, change up your view. If you are working from home all of the time, pack up the kids or pack up your computer and go sit at the local coffee house. Go sit at the beach. Go sit at the playground. Go wherever changes your view. You're going to feel more inspired. Your kids are going to, run around and get some energy out. You're going to meet some friends. They might ask you what you're doing. Or maybe you just sit in the quiet and maybe you just enjoy the time. I'm sitting in my Jeep in my driveway because this is the best setup for me to do this live. Okay? Change up your view. It's okay. You don't have to have an amazing background. You don't have to have all the beautiful curated home shots, right? Go do something that blesses your business. Guys, thank you for having me today. Thank you for listening to what I have to say. And remember that we are teaching our little ones the balance of home life and work and what a beautiful thing it is to be an entrepreneur. All right. And I know not all of you are mamas, and I'm sorry that I geared most of that towards mamas. But we've got grandmamas, we've got daddies, we've got aunts and uncles and friends and daughters and sons all doing this business. And you're doing a great job, in case you haven't heard it today. Okay? Your journey isn't going to look like anyone else's, and that's the beauty of it. You guys are amazing. We're so thankful that you're here with us in Spruce. We pray that the group is a tremendous blessing to you and to your team, and we're just thankful you're here.